Hey everyone, it's the founder of Developers Academy and creator of Socialize Your Apps Bootcamp, where we'll teach you how to design, prototype, and develop powerful and beautiful social networking apps with stunning animations and delightful transitions. I would love to thank you all for being here with us, joining us in this free training series on how to create the Snapchat app, asking so many questions, and I'm honored to help you here. In this video tutorial, I would love to teach you how to create the Own Friends view controller. In that view controller, we will show a list of our friends, the friends that we just add from the previous tutorial. If you haven't watched the last two tutorials, I really recommend you to check out the link next to this video and check it out first, and then follow this tutorial. I'll be here waiting for you. First, we'll need to go to the Friends table view controller, and then we'll need to do something, download all the friends from Parse, and then we'll populate those into the table view, right? Now, how we can download these things, download all of our friends from Parse? That is the question, okay? Before we do that, let's import Parse into Friends table view controller. It is a subclass of UI table view controller, right? So first, I will create an array of friends, and that is going to be an array of empty PF user. Var friends is PF user, right? Next, we'll have the current user. Var current user is also a PF user. And then how about we'll have the friend relation in this one, so we can use this relation around, okay? Var friends relation is a PF relation. A PF relation is allows us to see a list of friends, right? In the previous video, we can add an object which is a PF user into this relation of an user, so that we can have relationship between object, or in this case between users. So that a friend, if I am your friend in the Snapchat, then my account will be in the friend relation in your user, right? Alright, now in the view will appear, we will do something else. View will appear, super.view will appear, animated. Okay. In this view will appear, I will call a method called fetch friends. Okay, you can call it download friends, but for some reason I like the word fetch. Okay. Now the reason why I call this one in view will appear instead of view did appear is that view will appear will be called many times. Okay, here's the app will looks like. Okay, you see that when the minute we launch the app, or in this case when we click the first time we ever click into the friends tab, then the view is appear. View did appear is gets called. Okay, before that view will appear will get called, and then view did appear. Okay, but now if I goes back into the inbox, maybe, or I goes back into the edit, okay, I unfriend some of these guys, and then I goes back, okay, and I want to see an updated list of friends, right? But at that time, view did appear already gets called, because this view controller is still on the stack of the view, okay. So that's why we will call this view will appear, so that it will call multiple times, okay. Now we will show you that in a minute, so it will really make sense, because this one is really important. Okay. Next, let's call fetch friends. I know that there's a lot of stuff here, but walk with me, because there's so much interesting stuff we can learn in this project. So let's go. Fetch friends. How we can do this? How we can download friends from our Parse Now, most of the time when we want to download something, we'll use a query, okay? But because we already have a friend relation like this, we'll use that relation, okay? So let's do this. We'll have the current user to be pf user.current user, and also I will ungrab this because it returns an optional, a PF user optional, but because we know that if the user clicks into the third tab, it is the friends tab, then it will make sure that this one, the user must log in. Otherwise, if the user hasn't logged in, is already logged out, then the user will be show the login screen. Okay. So if let friends relation equals current user sub friends relation as a PF relation. Okay. Now this one, let's go back into Parse, goes into user, and you see we have a field, a column called friends relation. This one, you can imagine that it is a property inside our class, and we can use key value coding over here. Okay, and then I will do let friends query equals friends relation dot query. Okay, so we can query all the friends inside this relation. Next, I will do friends query dot order by ascending, and the order by ascending will use username, so that we will have a list of users ordered by the name, the first name or the last name. Okay, you can do much more powerful stuff with this one. We can even do predicates, things like that, but let's talk about those things later on. Okay, this one is just very slight introduction to Parse and how you can use Parse as your backend service. Okay. Next, I will execute this friends query by calling the find object in background with block, and of course this one, it will return to us an array of results. And for this one, let's call that friends. Okay, error. So if the error is nil, then we will do something. If the error is nil, there is no error. If error equals to nil, there's no error, then we do self.friends equals friends as an array of PF user. And as always, we'll tell the tail view to reload the data. That's cool, right? Else, I will just print this error. One case I could really recommend you to do is that maybe you can show an alert view over here for this error, okay? Because we are demoing, so we just don't have to worry about those things. All right, next, our next job. Now we already download a ton of friends from our Parse account. That's good. We put it into self.friends. Our next job is to populate all of these friends. We just downloaded from Parse, and then we'll populate those into our tail view. Okay, let's do this. Now, I hope that you see the pattern in most of the controllers we use, or most of the objects dealing with Parse. First, we will do something locally. We will customize those, and then we will send it to Parse. It's the same case with maybe changing some object, get that object from Parse, customize those or edit those or even delete those, send it back to Parse. Okay, and later on you can see that we can even do fancier stuff, like if the we can see a message. Let's say we have an object called a message. Okay, we check if that message is already written or already saw or seen, then we will delete those. Okay, and also we have to update in Parse. Okay, very powerful stuff, and it's like several lines of code. Okay, it's so wonderful. All right, I'm so excited about this stuff, so bear with me. All right, let's work on the UI tail view data source in this case. And as always, I will have a struct for my storyboard. Okay, and static let cell identifier is going to be friend cell because we are displaying our friend. And also, yeah, so I will have another one called static let. So later on, I will use this one called show edit friends segue equals show edit friends. Later on, I will use this one, and there's a reason for that. Okay, just a teasing. All right, so the number of rows in section, it's going to be self.friends.count. All right, Next is our cell for row and index path. But how about I will leave this as a challenge for you. Pause the video now, come back with me, check with me later on, and then we will see how we do this. Cell for row index path. Just try it yourself, okay? Okay, I hope that this is really welcome back and you did it yourself, alright? So the way I would do this is first we will just declare a reusable cell with the storyboard.cell identifier to be the identifier and the index path. And then we'll get the frame at this index path.row, okay, and then assign the frame.username to the text label.text of the cell. Now, where does this username come from? Okay, now a friend is a PF user, right? Self.friends is an array of users, PF users, and the PF user has a field, a property called username. Cool? Alright, good. Next, let's run the project to see how it looks like, and hopefully it works. Here's our app. Doesn't have anything here, but when we click to the friends, and boom, we have a list of friends. How about we have Bill and Detran over here. Let's add some friends, okay? And I will add Detran123, goes back, and yes, we have that. But now, the cool thing about this, the reason why that this one, it updates all the time. This one, when we add a new friend, let's say we update this, and we have this guy, let's say we have Mark1, add that guy, and we have Mark1. The reason for that is, we put this, view will appear. We will put that fetch friends in view will appear. Okay, so I will print over here so I can show you exactly what it does. So print, I will call view will appear, get fetch new friends. Okay, I will put that println over there, and then we'll see what happens here. So what we expect is that anytime we open the friends tab, we will see this view will appear fetching new friends, right? Friends, view will appear fetching new friends, and then maybe we'll go into the edit, okay? We goes back, and boom, we will fetch new friends. So this will constantly fetching new friends. Now, some of you techie guys, you may think that, oh, you just fetch a tons of friends all over again, constantly fetching friends. Okay, this wastes a lot of Wi-Fi or cellular network, and yes, it does. But now, this is just the introduction, so work with me. Okay, we will work on much more advanced things like caching, like saving cellular data or Wi-Fi, things like that later on. Okay, right now just work around objects, PF user, PF relation, things like that. How to create a PF object, how to customize those objects, how to put that to Parse or download those, how to query those. Okay, there are a lot of stuff for you already, so just work with me, alright? And I hope that you enjoy these video tutorials also. So the last thing I want to show, work with you on this one is that when we click to this, one of the cells in our friends tab, okay, this grayish things, it just is there. Okay, we don't have any way to get rid of those. So I want to give you it as a code challenge for you to get rid of this. Just not doing any fancier things. Just when we click to this gray thing will get out, will disappear, will deselect itself. Okay. A hint is that we already did those in the edit friends tail view controller. So maybe you want to have a look back at that. Okay. So that is a simple code challenge for you in this video. Alright, I hope that you have been enjoying this video tutorial and this free training series. Now, this is of course, just the start of all the powerful features we can do with Parse. There's so many other things with social networking, with Parse, with iOS animations and transitions, with design and prototype. We even just scratched the surface of all of these killer features, all of these necessary skills for you to succeed on the App Store. I know that you are here, you are still watching this video and follow along this video tutorial because you are the developer who looks at the App Store, looks at the world's most successful iOS app and wonder, how you can have all the skills, all the knowledge you need to be the developer who designs and creates the world's most successful iOS apps, adding tremendous values to people's lives. And also, you can earn a living, you can live the lifestyle that you desire. And this is my job in this program, in the Socialize Your Apps Bootcamp, to teach you all of this. So what is the bootcamp? Well, the bootcamp is a combination of an online training program and a 4-day live event where you are going to immerse yourself into the world of iOS design, prototype and development, animations and powerful social networking features. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the bootcamp first, and in a couple of days, we're going to roll out invitation for the bootcamp. Now, we haven't released this program for a couple of while, and people are so excited to join us, and I'm so excited to invite you to the next round, the next year of Socialize Your Apps Bootcamp. And I can't wait to tell you in a couple of days how you can get 2 free tickets to our live event. It is a 4-day live event. So let me tell you about the framework. What are the skills? What is this process that we usually teach or usually employ to create the world's most beautiful and powerful social networking apps on the App Store? How is it? How about that a promise? Okay. First, it's all about the design. Whether you are going to succeed on the App Store or not, it's all about the design first. Okay, just imagine that when someone opens up your app, what is the first thing that they know? Is the design. Is it intuitive? It is easy to use. It is stunning with animations and transitions. Now you may say that I am not a designer, or I cannot afford to hire a team of designers. How I can do this? Well, that is exactly what we're going to teach you at Developers Academy's Socialize Your App Bootcamp. You don't have to be a designer. We will teach you to be a designer. Okay, we will teach you how to use Sketch to design your iOS apps. It is just a matter of dragging and dropping. If you are able to creating a very simple sketch on paper, then we'll teach you how to put in colors, put in images, put in UI into Sketch to have a fully beautiful design app. Okay? In the next step, we will create a prototype. A prototype is just it's just not a fully functional app. It's just a raw prototype that shows you a sense of what the app works, how the app works. This one serves the purpose that before you investing hours and weeks and months, even years on developing that killer feature in your app, you want to see if it really works. If that feature really works, you have a raw prototype. You can somehow interact with that with animations and transition, so that if people make sense of it, people like it or not. The next one, it will teach you how to create beautiful animations and transitions in your app, how to create custom design in iOS apps. You see, the world's most successful iOS apps on the App Store, they're so beautifully crafted, and they stun their users, they delight their users with animations and transitions. Next, we will teach you how to create powerful, beautiful social networking apps with Parse. It is just the beginning that we start with the Snapchat app. The Snapchat app is pretty simple, pretty straightforward, but there are so many other things we can do with Parse and other social networking features. So we would love to dive deep into this. We will continue to complete the Snapchat app, and also we will develop 2 other apps, at least 2 other social networking apps. We'll call that interests, inspired by things like Twitter, Facebook or Instagram, and an instant messaging app. It is inspired by iMessage and Slack. The Slack app, it's so powerful. And of course, it's not a bootcamp, Socialize Your Apps Bootcamp, if it's just an online program, because we are going to give you 2 free tickets to our 4-day live event. Why is it? It is a 4-day live training event where you will be here with me. I will train you personally for 4 days. We will together learn to design, prototype, and create beautiful, powerful social networking apps together. To give you another sense, a visual sense of how the program, how the bootcamp is about. I would love to roll out our new trailer for you to teach you, to show you what the program is about, and we will see you in the next video where we'll invite you to the bootcamp. How can I succeed on the App Store by designing the most beautiful apps without having to hire a team of designers? How can I validate my app ideas, save hundreds of hours of implementation just by prototyping? How can I create beautiful and powerful apps with social networking features? How can I delight my users and keep them staying around with stunning animations and transitions? This is Developers Academy and how to build interactive social networking apps, comprehensive iOS design, prototyped, and development trainings for developers with or without any prior programming experience.